author Stephenie Meyers, who penned the Twilight series, has another book-to-film adaptation on the way. The Host invades theaters this weekend with sci-fi action and plenty of romance. But is it any good?
Inside, will you die?
Do it. I'd rather die.
It's impossible.
Joining me with her review of The Host is entertainment reporter Becky Kirsch.
Hello.
Okay, so Becky, set up the plot a little bit here. What's going on?
All right, well, the movie is called The Host because the main character, Melanie, who's played by Saoirse Ronan, becomes a host for an alien that takes over her body. Now, this is happening in a not-so-distant future where aliens are taking over lots of human bodies, basically because humans aren't taking care of the planet the way we're supposed to, so these aliens are kind of coming in to sort things out, and there are a few camps left of humans, and Melanie's sort of fighting against having her body taken over.
Okay, so no shirtless werewolves or vampires or any of that mess.
None of that.
Okay, the trailer got me pretty excited. I was really anticipating this film. Does it live up to some hype?
I think I'm going to quash your excitement right now, unfortunately. I thought the movie was kind of disappointing. I too was excited about it. I thought it was going to be a nice blend of action and sci-fi, but there's not nearly enough action to begin with. A lot of times, you think action movies don't have enough character development.
Sure.
This movie has too much character development. They try so hard to make you really connect with both Melanie and Wanda, who are the two sides of Saoirse Ronan, but in the end, you just get a lot of her kind of yelling at each other, yelling at herself in two different accents.
And that's tough because Saoirse Ronan is a really amazing actress, but that's tough to pull off.
Right, well, and especially since for most of the film she is Wanda, who's the alien, who's a little
Wanda the alien.
She's a little dull, not that exciting to root for.
Okay.
Then as the movie goes on and on, it just becomes sillier and sillier. There's two different love stories happening at once. You're not really invested in either of them, and it's overlong. By the end, you're just kind of bored. You can't wait for it to be over.
Okay, so it just kind of spirals into melodrama. You said people were laughing in the theater.
Yes, there was just with each new development, it just gets more and more ridiculous. At one point, they use making out as a mechanism to figure out if Melanie's still inside. I could go into this in greater depth, but I think you get the gist here.
All right, so, okay, clearly you're not completely sold on it, but there were some bright spots.
The one bright spot, I would say, is that Max Irons, who plays one of the two guys, is pretty cute. I think I'm not going to hold it against him that he was in this movie. I'm still going to root for him as one to watch.
All right, so we got some eye candy. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say you don't think this film is going to live up to the blockbuster success of Twilight, which is Stephenie Meyers' other book-to-film adaptation.
I don't think the Meyer name here is really going to help it at all. I think Twilight already had such a huge fan following from the book, and Max Irons is cute, but he's not Robert Pattinson, and the love story is just not on the same scale, so I have a feeling this one might get swallowed at the box office by the G.I. Joe and Olympus Has Fallen that is going to be out there.
And is this going to be a trilogy as well?
Well, she said she's writing another book, but I don't think that one's going to be a movie.
Okay. All right, Becky, we'll have to see if fans agree with you or disagree this weekend. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.